The entrance in Idaho state parks are $7 per day. Hey guys, now we are here at Three Island Crossing State Park, still located in Idaho State. So this is, I believe, is where the pioneers crossed the Snake River to Oregon. Let's go check out the museum and walk along the trails. Look at the map of the American West, and you'll see the Snake River carving a massive jagged smile across southern Idaho. Right in the middle of that smile is a place where the Oregon Trail hit a literal wall of water. Welcome to modern-day Glenns Ferry, home to the legendary Three Island Crossing State Park. Imagine you've been walking for months, your boots are worn to the soles, your oxen are starving, and your family is exhausted. You've crossed plains and mountains, but now the mighty Snake River stands between you and the promise of a new life in Oregon. Today, it's a peaceful oasis for campers and history buffs, but in the mid-1800s, this very spot was one of the most famous and terrifying bottlenecks on the entire Oregon Trail. Let's dive into the history of the crossing, the brave souls who risked it all, and what you can discover at this incredible state park today. First, let's go inside the Oregon Trail History and Educational Center to learn more about the area. For thousands of years before wagons ever appeared on the horizon, the land around present-day Three Island Crossing was home to native people who traveled, hunted, traded, and lived along the Snake River. The river was both a source of life and a powerful obstacle, something to respect and sometimes fear. By the mid-1800s, that same river became one of the most dangerous points on the Oregon Trail. The great overland route that carried emigrants westward in search of land, opportunity, and a new beginning. By the time pioneers reached southern Idaho, they faced a brutal choice. They could stay on the south side of the Snake River, a route that was notoriously dry, dusty, and severely lacking in grass for their livestock. Or they could cross the deep, fast-moving river to the north side, where water and feed were plentiful all the way to Fort Boise. But crossing the Snake River was no joke. The pioneers chose this specific spot because of three gravel bar islands sitting right in the middle of the channel. These islands acted as stepping stones, giving families and their exhausted animals brief moments of rest during the treacherous crossing, hence the name Three Island Crossing. To get across, pioneers could caulk their heavy wooden wagons with tar to make them watertight, essentially turning them into clumsy boats. They would tie the wagons together, swim their livestock across the deep channels, and pray the current didn't sweep them away. It was chaotic, freezing, and incredibly dangerous ordeal. Not everyone made it, but for those who did, the reward of lush grass on the other side was worth the gamble. Most crossings were attempted in late July or early August when the river was 2 to 4 feet deep. For over 20 years, this was the reality of the Oregon Trail. But in 1869, everything changed. A man named Gustavus Glenn saw a massive business opportunity. He built a wooden ferry about 2 miles upstream from the crossing. capable of safely hauling 2 freight wagons across the river at the time. For a small toll, pioneers could bypass the deadly water crossing entirely. Glenn's operation was so successful that it eventually put the 3-island crossing out of business and gave the nearby town of Glenns Ferry its name. As the railroad eventually replaced the wagons, the crossing faded into history, returning the riverbanks to the quiet high desert landscape we see today. So what does the 3-island crossing look like today? Well, we're here! In 1968, Idaho designated this historic site as a state park. And it's an absolute hidden gem. Our first stop has to be the Oregon Trail History and Educational Center. This stunning museum sits on a bluff overlooking the river. It offers an incredibly immersive look at pioneer life and honors the Native Americans who called this region home long before the wagons arrived. We can actually look out the window and trace the exact path the wagons took through the water. There are a lot of artifacts from the frontier days. Also, plenty of information about the Native Americans of the area and what happened to them, like the 1,000 years of their inhabitants with their forced relocation in a reservation. There's also a gift shop where you can buy souvenirs, books, mugs, shirts, and other items about the area. Stepping outside, we are literally walking in the footsteps of history. So we're walking along the Oregon Trail looking for the trail itself. The original wagon ruts are still carved deeply into the earth here. A permanent scar left by thousands of iron-rimmed wheels. This is a ferry boat. The Snake River ferry boats were rugged, flat-bottomed vessels used in the 1800s to carry pioneers, settlers, wagons, livestock, and supplies across the dangerous currents of the Snake River along the Oregon Trail. Operated by private ferrymen for a fee, They provided a safer alternative to risky river crossings, though accidents and delays were still common. Here in the trail, we see the original wagon ruts and the Conestoga wagon replicas. The Conestoga wagon. Frank and Jesse Clark dedicated this wagon to the sons and daughters in memory of the Idaho pioneers who courageously traveled the Oregon Trail. Beyond the history, it's just a beautiful place to unwind. The park boasts massive shaded campsites, cozy rental cabins, a fantastic disc golf course, and easy access to the river for fishing and kayaking. It's the perfect blend of outdoor recreation and American history. So now we're here, and we're gonna take our time and enjoy it here by having a picnic.
Hindi pa i-ticket. Kaya kung ayaw yung isa doon tayo sa isang state park.
Doon tayo sa Pringles, kung makita yung graffiti.
If you're planning a trip in August, check for the annual commemoration, usually the second Saturday, which features living history presentations and skills fairs.
Kala ko yung uwi yan. Asa si Gers? Sumawa ka kita ulit. Ayan, di ako. Diretso katawan mo. Balance.
Nagre-record. Nag-enjoy ka ba, ma'am? Ikaw, daddy.
Sabi, kumakain ko niya.
Whether you're an Oregon Trail history buff, an avid camper, or just someone looking for a beautiful stop on a road trip through Idaho, Three Island Crossing State Park is absolutely worth the detour. Three Island Crossing is more than just a scenic campground. It is one of the most important decision points on the Oregon Trail. The history here isn't just about travel, it's about a calculated risk that determined the survival of entire families. So guys, that's it for Three Island Crossing State Park in Idaho. Until next time, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Bye! If you like our videos, please click thumbs up for like.
Hit the bell to subscribe!
Please comment.
And don't forget to share.